If you're watching this video, the odds are you have a snake and you need help. Most responsible snake owners' ultimate goal is to eventually get their snakes onto frozen thawed rodents. It is safer for your snake, and it's also a little bit easier on your wallet because frozen rodents are a little cheaper than live rodents, and it's also more humane for the rodents. So over the years of owning snakes, we've developed a probably 99% effective 2 to 3 step process in getting our snakes onto frozen thawed rodents. The first step in getting your snakes on frozen thawed rodents is to get your snakes to be eating, period. As unfortunate as it is to feed off a live rodent, I know it can be really sad and it's pretty heartbreaking. It's more unfortunate and very irresponsible and cruel to just not feed your snakes whatsoever because you have a problem feeding live. I don't like feeding live. I don't think many people or any people do like feeding live, but sometimes it's just a necessary evil. So once you have your snake eating reliably every week or every time you offer food, you can move on to just trying to give it a frozen thawed rat or mouse or whatever you have that you're trying to feed off. And sometimes that doesn't always work. And this is something that I've never tried, but it's something that I've heard multiple people have tried, which is a fresh kill. I definitely wouldn't recommend doing a fresh kill or even live feeding if you don't have to. The most humane and the most cost efficient and the safest way for your animal is going to be frozen thawed. But sometimes, like I said, you have to do the things you don't want to do, and a live kill is the next step if your snake won't eat frozen thawed. From everything that I've heard anyways. I've never had to do this, like I said. So the most humane way to do this is with CO2. So basically you put your rodent in an airtight container and then you introduce CO2 and basically the rodent falls asleep and then it just passes away and doesn't wake up. So it's pretty peaceful, I guess, for the rodent, but it's something that if you don't have to do, obviously, like I keep saying, don't do it. Just and don't really, feeding live isn't really a great option either, but if you have to, like I say, you have to. So after your rodent falls asleep and passes away, then you use your tongs like you would with the frozen thawed rodent. Just kind of wiggle your rodent around and show it in front of your snake, and then the snake should take it, hopefully. So step three is gonna be frozen thawed. As I mentioned before multiple times, you should avoid step 1 and 2 if possible and just do step 3, which is giving frozen thawed. So I recommend thawing your frozen rodents in warm water. Don't get it too hot, because if it is too hot, then you're gonna boil your rodent, and that's not really a good thing, because then when your snake eats it, it's gonna fall apart, or when you pick it up with your tongs, it's gonna fall apart. So warm water, and then you want the temperature to be about 95 to 98 Fahrenheit, and then for Celsius that's I think 36 to 37. Also, thawing your rodent in a bag in warm water will keep it dry, so make sure you bag it. You don't want to soak in wet rodent. And you should also be sure the enclosure that you're keeping your snake in is the proper temperature and humidity, because if it's not, then that can also pose an issue when trying to get your snake to eat frozen thawed or when trying to get your snake to eat it all. So other factors that can play into this are the color and the size of your rodent, and then also the type of rodent that you're feeding. So if your snake is used to eating live mice and you introduce a frozen thawed rat, then odds are it might not recognize that as food and it may not take it. Also, again, if your snake is used to eating live hoppers and you give it a small rat, or it's used to eating small rats and you give it a medium rat, then that may be another reason that it won't take it. It could be intimidated by the size, possibly, or it could just know that there's no way it's gonna eat that. So I hope I helped you guys in getting your snakes on the path to eating frozen thawed rodents. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything to add, please feel free to submit a comment down below. Thanks for watching the Cold Blooded Boys channel. We will see you next Wednesday on the new video. Bye-bye.